On December 21st, 1990, uh, we lost 21 sailors off of the USS Saratoga in it was a ferry boat accident in Haifa, Israel that was just horrific. Um, I was the first medical responder to the scene. Now, this was a few days before Christmas, um, and a lot of those guys were my friends. But let me paint the picture and tell you what exactly happened. We were on an aircraft carrier, of course. It's too big to dock to the pier. So we anchored out in the bay of Haifa, Israel. And there were ferry boats used. I know a lot of you cruisers, you know what I'm talking about. You know, the ferry boats that take people back and forth from the ship to shore. Well, we had the same thing. And, we carry sailors and Marines to Liberty and back. Well, on the night of December 21st, one of those boats that was coming back never made it. It capsized, took on water, and just sank. Not too far from the ship, and we had over 100 guys in the water. And they were rescued. Everybody was involved. Now remember, we got about 5,000. It was about 6,000 men on that ship. And I was the corpsman at the scene. I was the first one there at the aft platform. And it was horrific. It was horrific. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of the guys, including myself, we're still suffering with this. And I don't know, I haven't seen any other stories about this. I think I'm the only one that's been talking about it. But I'm trying to bring this story to the light because, number one, the 21 guys that we lost, those were heroes. They were the heroes. You know, their lives were taken as they were trying to enjoy a few hours of relaxation because we weren't into Desert Storm yet. We were in Desert Shield. Now, it was basically a standoff. And we were doing drills every day, training every day. It was tense. And the one time that they have a chance to get some liberty, they can go out and get a drink or whatever, they lost their lives. And a lot of us who were trying to rescue, I know a few of us almost lost our lives trying to do what we were supposed to do. Now, my thing is, I've been trying to push this story because I don't want this story to just go away like dust in the wind. I don't want that to happen. And I feel as though those families of those victims need some type of answers. They need to understand what we went through that night, and maybe they'll have some type of closure. But I'm going to tell you this, that was a very tense night, and I'm going to continue to talk about it until I die, or they're going to make a movie or something. We could talk about it on the news or something, because I want America to realize what happened. I don't want this to die out. Now, I wrote a book, Screams Overboard. Screams Overboard. It's not a long book, but this is just my story. So many of our sailors and Marines, they have their own stories. It's just, I wrote about mine from that night. And I'm trying to use this platform to bring the story out. I don't care about I don't care about none of that shit. Excuse my French, but what I'm trying to do is get this story about the accident, about those guys who passed, about the USS Saratoga. I want to bring this back to the public's eye, because we suffered that night, and a lot of us are still suffering. I've been getting messages and texts a lot from a lot of the guys who were on the ship. A lot of them, if not the majority, they're still having the nightmares. They're still having this and that from that night. And I think it's just my job to bring forth this accident to the public. And again, I was the first medical responder. Now, when the ship was in the bay of Haifa, Israel, a lot of sailors and Marines were already off. So when this accident happened, we were very short-staffed on the ship. So it was real hectic because, again, the deceased or the ones that needed medical care, remember, a lot of our corpsmen, a lot of medical staff were on shore. And I was doing CPR on buddies of mine who I had just played basketball with the day prior. And now they're laying on the deck and I have to do CPR on them. That was devastating. That was real devastating. And I want everyone to know what we faced and what we went through. So my book is available on Amazon. It's available on Target. It's available at Walmart, online, of course. It's available everywhere, Apple, wherever. It's not about my book. It's more or less about the story. And that's all I want to bring out is the story of what happened. And I want America to know. And I'm going to keep doing this, like I said, till I die. Because those families who I wish I could meet one day, I wish I could meet a lot of the families from the victims, just to shake their hands and tell them that their loved ones were heroes. They were the heroes. So everyone, please share this. I hope that some news or whatever can get this video because, like I said, it's not my story. I wrote about what happened to me, but this is not about my story, about me. This is way bigger than me. I just want those families to know that we did our best and we tried our best to save every life. And to me, if you lose one life, it's a tragedy. We lost 21 out of over 100 on that boat. And it was hell. It was hell. Now, to you all, you newscasters, all you radio personalities, I hope to God that you hear this video or even see this video, because I would love, not just me, but a lot of the sailors, a lot of the Marines that were there that night would love to talk about this and let America know while you all slept, we were going through hell. So thank you all for listening, and I pray to God that this story can get to the tabloids, to the media, so those families can have some type of closure. They can see that their loved ones, their names in the lights. That's what I want. I want to see their names in the lights. All right, thank you everyone for listening. Please share this, and I pray to God that one of you all, talking about CNN or whatever, talk about our story. Thank you.